Hi, it's Steph. This is my personal practice, and I hope you will join me in moving around a little today. So have a seat. I'm sitting on a block here, but you can sit however you like. And just start pulling your shoulders up towards your ears, creating a little tension, and then releasing it and shaking things out. Maybe taking a deep breath as you do. You can find a little movement and rolling your neck around, tilting it from side to side, taking your time to settle in. Then when you're ready, take a deep breath and sweep your arms up and come into a side bend. You can move your neck from side to side, looking up and down. And maybe bend and straighten your arm, bringing that hand to hover behind your head. See what's going on in your neck and shoulders. Come back up and tilt to the other side. Try the same thing here. Come back to center and twist to one side. You might try that same thing, bringing your hand to hover behind your head, and then bringing it down to hover behind your back, bending and straightening. And this will bring your arm into external rotation at the top and internal at the bottom. And come to center, twist to the other side, and maybe try the same thing over here. Your back arm, that hand hovering behind your head, and then behind your low back. Come back to center. And from here, you might try with both arms, hovering your hands behind your head and then behind your low back, getting in some shoulder mobility. And if you notice your neck moving forward, try to pull it back. Then maybe you do one arm at a time, kind of one arm up, one arm down. So both arms at a time, one arm up, one arm down. Shake everything out a little bit, take some deep breaths, roll your neck around a little. Whatever feels right now. You're just kind of settling in, getting started. Then come into tabletop. Send your hips back, lean them to one side and then to the other. Just getting kind of a side stretch here. Do that a couple times. Then bring your hands forward a little, curl your toes under and come into downward dog. You can find some movement here in downward dog, whatever feels right. Come forward into plank. Press back into downward dog. Then walk your feet forward into your forward fold, Uttanasana. And then roll yourself up to standing. When we get to the top, we're going to do breath of joy, I think 9 times. It's a 3-part inhale through the nose, a big exhale through the mouth, and you can watch me for the movements which sync with your breath. Inhale, 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 and exhale as you fold forward. This can be as vigorous or gentle as you like. And then come back up to standing, shake things out, and start windmilling your body from side to side. Slow things down, come back to center. Sweep your arms up. One arm comes down, lean to the side, and then come into a low squat, however low you like. Come back up. Same thing on the other side. Stretching up through your arm, side bend, and then squatting down. Repeat. And this doesn't have to be a precise movement, just make it work for you. Come back to center and then soften through everything. Seaweed your arms around as you fold forward. Bring your hands to the mat and toe heel your legs wide. Come into your forward fold here, Prasarita Padottanasana. You can do anything you like with your arms. Just trying to make this feel right for you. As you're ready, come halfway up. Bring one hand down and lift the other one as you twist to the side. Then switch, twisting to the other side. Switch. And one more time, switch. Come back to center. And as you fold forward again, start leaning from side to side, bending one knee, leaning towards that side, any amount. Come back to center. Bring your heels in a little bit, roll yourself up to standing, and come into goddess pose. And this can be a moving goddess. Maybe like me, you feel kind of fidgety. Just kind of find some intuitive movement here. Maybe try horse lips. Taking a deep breath, fluttering your lips. Stretch out and come back into your forward fold. If you want to try interlacing your hands behind your back, straightening your arms, you can do that. If your hands are clasped, let them go, and as you lift up, come into Skandasana on one side with the option of turning it into a toe balance. And then switch to the other side. Move to the other side again. Switch sides. Switch. Switch. And lift yourself up into goddess. Again, this can be a moving goddess. You might try that internal and external rotation of your shoulders, bringing your hands to hover behind your head and then behind your low back. Stretch out into 5-pointed star. Bring your hands to your hips and then pivot your feet to face the short edge of your mat. Bend your front knee and come into warrior two. Straighten through your legs, bring your hands behind your head and pivot into warrior two on the second side. Straighten your knees, step forward to the front of your mat, shake things out, reset yourself, and slowly roll your spine down into your forward fold. Bring your hands to the mat and walk back into downward dog. Bend through your knees and slowly lower them nearly to the floor, but not quite. Then straighten them and do that a few more times. Slowly lowering your knees down just to above the floor, and then straightening back into downward dog. And then stop in downward dog. Lift your left foot up behind you for a three-legged dog. Bring your knee in towards your chest. Shoot that leg out towards the right side. Drop your foot. Lower your hip down. And then maybe lower down to your forearms for fallen sage. Bring your hands back under your shoulders. Press yourself up into downward dog again. And try that on the second side, lifting your right leg up into three-legged down dog, pulling that knee in towards your chest, and then sending that leg out toward the left, dropping your foot, lowering your hips, maybe coming down onto your forearms. Place your hands back under your shoulders and come back into downward dog. Walk your hands backwards and come into a low squat, malasana. You could turn this into a toe balance if you like. And come into a forward fold. Place your hands on the mat, walk them forward, and come back into downward dog. Maybe try some heel lifts here. Shift forward to plank. Slowly lower into chaturanga and lift into upward dog. Come back to downward dog. Do that again a couple of times at your own pace. Shifting forward to plank, lowering through chaturanga, scooping into upward dog, and then back into downward dog. When you've finished, pause in downward dog for a moment. Before then, shifting back into plank, lowering all the way down, and lifting into locust, shalabhasana. And stack your hands to make a pillow and rest your forehead. You can stay here resting for a few minutes before getting on with the rest of your day. Thanks for joining me.